In the previous video, we discussed about the proteasomes and its types, for which the video is linked in the description. Now in this video, we'll be discussing about the molecular structure of proteasomes. Here we will be focused towards the structure of standard proteasome in detail, which is either the 26S proteasome or the 30S proteasome. The core particle in 26S proteasome is the 20S proteasome, and the regulatory molecule is the 19S, a single 19S subunit. Whereas the 30S proteasome has got the same 20S core and the same 19S regulatory molecule. But here in this 30S proteasome form, we have got two 19S subunits from both the sides of 20S core. So in nutshell, we can say 26S proteasome is the 19S plus 20S, whereas the 30S proteasome is the 19S plus 20S plus 19S. But it must be noted that both forms of proteasomes are still referred as 26S proteasome in literature. Now let's get into the structure of proteasome in detail. First, we have the inner two rings of beta subunits. A single ring has got 7 units, which makes it heptameric in nature. Then there are two alpha heptameric rings, which sandwiches the two beta rings as shown in the diagram. This forms as the 20S core, and to it 19S regulatory subunit binds to the alpha ring as shown in the diagram. This forms the 26S proteasome. And if 19S regulatory subunit binds on both the sides of 20S core, we call that 30S proteasome as shown in the diagram. These are the 3D structures of proteasomes. Now let's see what is the molecular organization of proteasome in planar structure. First, we have the beta subunit ring, having heptameric units as beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4, beta 5, beta 6 and beta 7. And then another beta subunit ring stacks with it, which is having heptameric units in opposite direction as shown in the animation. Furthermore, two alpha subunit rings bind on both the sides of beta rings as shown in the diagram. This makes us the central core particle having the two alpha and two beta rings. Now we need to add regulator subunit to it, which is the 19S subunit. First, we have 6 proteins getting added to it. It forms the hexameric ring of RPT proteins. RPT stands for regulatory particle AAA ATPase. So these RPT proteins are actually the AAA ATPase proteins, which provides the energy for translocating the target proteins into the proteasomes. Furthermore, 4 more proteins bind towards these AAA proteins. It is the RPN1 and RPN2 first. With RPN2, the RPN13 binds, and with RPN1, the RPN10 binds. Keep in mind this is the planar structure, otherwise we are having circular structure here as shown in the diagram. These 4 proteins along with the 6 RPT proteins form the base of 19S subunit. As RPT proteins are the regulatory particle AAA ATPase, in the same way we have RPN proteins, which are regulatory particle non-ATPase proteins. Moving further, we see 9 more RPN proteins assemble on top of the base as shown in the animation. This forms the lid of 19S subunit. So this is the whole structure of proteasome, with 20S core and 19S as a regulatory unit. This one is the 26S proteasome, and if another 19S regulatory particle binds on another side, that forms as the 30S proteasome. Now as we see the structure of proteasomes, we have here some residues with different colors in beta rings and in 19S subunit as well, which we are going to see what these proteins are. First, we have the 20S core, which is the catalytic core. It is the beta residues which shows the catalytic activity. But not all beta residues from heptameric rings shows the catalytic activity. Only few shows so. We have highlighted here as beta 1, beta 2 and beta 5 residues in red color in the first ring of beta subunit, and beta 5, beta 2 and beta 1 in the second heptameric beta ring. So in nutshell, we see here beta 1, beta 2 and beta 5 residues from both heptameric rings shows the catalytic activity. Now let's discuss the function of each of these catalytic units. First, we have the beta 1 subunit, also known as PSMB6, that's proteasome subunit beta type 6 protein. It shows peptidyl glutamyl peptide hydrolyzing like activity, or it also shows caspase like activity. During the degradation of proteins, this beta 1 protein cleaves after the acidic amino acids. Second catalytic residue is the beta 2, also known as PSMB7. This protein contains trypsin-like activity and is capable of cleaving after basic amino acid residues of the peptide. Third one is the beta 5, also known as PSMB5. This protein contains chymotrypsin-like activity and is capable of cleaving after large hydrophobic residues of peptide. So these beta catalytic residues degrade the proteins into small peptides, which are further acted upon by cytosolic proteases that break these peptides into amino acids. And these amino acids can be used in different processes like translation. This concludes the 20S core structure and function. Now let's see what is the structure of 19S regulatory cap. First we have the RPN10 and RPN13. These captures the polyubiquinated protein. So these two proteins act as a receptor for target protein to be degraded. Then polyubiquinated protein is acted upon by RPN11 residue. The RPN11 shows deubiquitinase activity. It targets the polyubiquinated protein, since RPN11 shows hydrolase activity. So this RPN11 cleaves the ubiquitin residues from the target protein. Now from here, deubiquinated protein interacts with hexameric ring of AAA proteins, that are RPT proteins. These RPT proteins from RPT1 to RPT6 unfold the target protein first and also aids in opening the alpha gate of 20S core. As we know, the RPT proteins are ATPase proteins. They aid in providing the energy via ATPs, thereby helping in translocation of protein into the 20S core. So this concludes the structure of proteasomes. If we recap the things in order, we see the first ubiquinated protein is captured by RPN10 and RPN13 of 19S regulatory molecule. Then in the next step, the RPN11 of 19S subunit deubiquinate the target protein before letting it into the 20S catalytic core. At that time, the protein has reached the hexameric ring of RPT proteins. These RPT proteins unfold the target protein and also helps in opening the alpha gate of 20S core, thereby translocating the protein into the 20S catalytic core. And finally, in the 20S core, the beta 1, beta 2 and beta 5 drive the proteolysis of target protein and degrades the protein. So this is all about the structure and some functions of proteasomes and its different subunits. I hope you like the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Do consider supporting my work on Patreon and also make sure to subscribe this channel. Thanks.